So today we're going to be talking about bridges and modeling, and we're also going to be talking about technology because right now I'm doing all the videos and all the playing with games and building the bridges, and I hope to give some assignments where you'll be doing some very simple experiments at home. I got to put my cats on the books and crack the eggs. Trust me, you won't need cats to do the following activities. But we are going to be using modeling, and I want you to be able to do some of the models at home and then show me pictures of them. So let's start with the basic modeling of my game here. So the other day, I showed you a difficult bridge, bridge 8 here, and I want to just sort of show some of the solutions and to talk about bridge failure today. So I've already created my bridge here. Notice how it's very nice and neat. That's part of it. In order to really distribute those forces, I'm finding I can't make my bridge messily. And another problem I'm running into is this budget all the time. If you look up there, you only have a certain amount of money to spend. And so I can't overspend that, or it just won't let me have any more materials. Now, in real life, they're probably not going to, make a dangerous bridge just because they don't have enough money. However, money is always a problem still. So, it is, remember, the criteria is that a car and a truck, I'm shooting for trucks, has to get across my bridge successfully. But a constraint, whoops, let's go back. A constraint is some of the limitations, and the limitation is that that is my total budget up there. So let's go ahead. We're going to be talking about bridge failures today. It's starting into that. So let's go ahead and test my bridge. Okay, so it didn't even get a car across. So that's called a bridge failure. That was a terrible failure. So let's go back and change a few things. Right now, my bridge is made of 100% wood, but notice I didn't spend all my money yet. So I'm going to try using a little bit of steel in my bridge and see if I can improve things with some steel. So let's see, do I have enough money to do that? I do, and I'm pretty much out of money. So this time when I play it, let's watch for those red spots because it's going to show where the forces are too high. Oh, look, my bridge is standing. And over here, we're looking really nice. Over here, if you look, I've got a lot of force on these beams. So let's see what happens. We'll start with a car because I'm not real confident yet. We'll see what happens when the car goes across. So steel is a much stronger material than wood, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's always best for your bridges, but it definitely is stronger, and you can have also, we'll be talking about different types of steel in future videos. So now that I changed just those wooden beams at the bottom to steel, my bridge was successful. Let's go ahead and try the truck though and see if my truck is successful. So here goes the truck. This is where I'm worried about. So let's watch the stresses as the truck goes across the bridge. Oh, yes. So see, it broke there and then it broke there. And now we're going to see it pull down the whole bridge as it buckles, we were talking about. So that didn't work with trucks. So let's look at my bridge. I have very little money left, so I can't just change everything to steel, unfortunately. But it did break over here. So we're going to go over here and see if we have enough money to add a little, to add a little steel. So when we talk about bridge failure, it could be due to the materials, but most of the time, oh, that's all I have left. So I need some more steel on the other side. So we're going to, let's see, nope, we're going to try this. We're going to put some there. Take this off, put some there. So instead of wood, I have steel right there. Let's see if I have enough to do steel there. All right, now I'm within budget with $200 to spare. So let's go ahead and try our truck again. So when we talk about bridge failures, like I'm failing right now, they're usually not due to materials. They're due to other factors that cause bridges to fail. So let's see if my bridge now stands since I put in stronger elements where the most forces were. So I see this guy turning red, so that's a danger point. Is it going to make it? This guy's turning red. We're trucking across, okay? here they are. This is where, a lot of the stress, but it's being spread out with these underneath trusses. And it looks like I actually made a successful bridge. So, oh, happy day. I feel so proud of myself. Hi. So we're going to do one more bridge. This one's a really tough one also. And I said that materials don't cause bridges to fail. And so I realized I need to do another video because yes, they do, even in real life. However, it's usually not the material they choose. It's because of weathering that erodes away at the materials. It's because of cracks in the concrete. It could be from chemical processes in the steel, and it can be from forces that are too much for the given material. So this is a pretty hard bridge to make. So let's just try making it real quick. Since we're talking about bridge failures, I can just do that here. So I just got a plain wooden bridge, and I'll tell you right now, it is too long for it to work. These kind of bridges that just go from one side to the other can only work over very short distances. So I am going to go ahead and try building an underneath truss for this bridge to help hold it up. Notice I do have a pretty big budget, so I'm wondering here, like, what I'm going to have to include to make this bridge work. So these are going to be my trusses, and we'll see if that's maybe enough to hold this bridge up. Um, so let's try running it with the car. And we're talking about bridge failure. So that was buckling, and underneath of it was the tensional stress. So we're going to be looking at those stresses today. So that did not work at all. But I'm not going to get rid of all that yet because I still think it might help. But notice I have something here. I have a very nice abutment. And so I can actually use that. And notice I have cable this time. So that's kind of exciting. So I'm going to try talking about materials when we start talking about different kinds of bridges. We will see that cables added a lot of ability to bridges to be able to span greater distances. And that's what I'm dealing with here is a pretty far distance. Now, I've kind of got out to the center. I don't know what's going on there. Uh, what's going on there? Um, oh, I still have, okay. So I don't like whatever this is. So I gotta change that. Let me put in some boards again. Board, board, board. And then let's put another cable. So cable bridges are some of the longest bridges, but what I'm seeing is I don't have anything to hook the cable to over here. So I'm going to go ahead and just try to build a tower to hook the cable to, and then I'll take my cable and I'll hook it to the various parts of the bridge. The cables are really hard to see on the screen, I realize. So now I've got cables. We'll see if that helps at all. Let's see if my bridge even stands. It broke slower. Didn't it break slower? I would say it broke slower. So let's go ahead and try some more things, okay? So I think we might need to uh, have a little bit more on this end, like something stronger. So I'm going to go ahead and use my steel to make something to hook my cable to. And then I'm going to try the cable again. Uh, so I'm going to make it go out to the bridge. And I think I'm going to even have it cross over a little bit. Okay, so over here, I'm going to add some more cable, and I'll add one more cable. Whoops, I'll add, whoops, again, I'll add one more cable all the way across. Uh, so let's watch this time closely and see where it breaks to figure out what to do, the stresses. Oh, it's still breaking in the middle a lot. So I'm going to, cable is extremely strong and it can be all one piece. So my idea is to try to use cable underneath the bridge. I don't know if it'll work. So let's see if I can connect all these with cable instead of wood, if that will help hold my bridge up at all. So let's go ahead and watch it this time. Remember, we're watching for forces. Oh, oh, okay, so that's actually better. It's like breaking in slow motion. Uh, so I need to watch one more time where it broke first. Okay, so let's pay attention. Let me get rid of this. I don't like how that is. Let me put a better cable there. Uh, and let's see where it breaks first to kind of help us out. Remember, it's going to turn red. So, oh, that broke first. That broke second. And then it just actually stayed there for a minute. So, identifying where the forces are on the bridge is a very important thing in real life too. And of course, they would use real life simulations. So you notice I still have some money left. So I'm just going to try putting a steel in right here because that's what broke, and then this broke. So see how a bridge made out of a combination of things can deal with the various problems and forces. So that might be enough. Let's again watch where the stresses are, where the forces are occurring. So, oh, look at that. My bridge is standing. Now, this means there's a lot of force. So what that means is there's probably compressional forces on the top and tensional forces on the bottom as my bridge kind of sags. So let's try to run a car over it and see if it holds. And, um, oh, that's incredibly exciting. So there was a lot of tension. Do you notice there's still a whole lot right there? And there's a whole lot right there. So before, oh, I'm so happy. You have no idea. I have never played video games in my life, so I am learning so much. I played Plants versus Zombies once. Hated it. My kids say that I played Mario Kart last Christmas, but I was terrible, so they just made it drive itself so that I couldn't crash all the time. And that's about it. So today, when I talk to you about learning technology, that might be something that you keep in mind is that all of us, no matter how old, because I'm over half a century old, can learn new skills. And so if I can learn a video game, you can learn how to upload a video to Canvas. So let's go ahead and try our bridge. What I'm doing is just adding more steel right there to see if that might help our bridge. And this time I'll run the truck across. Oh, okay. I don't think a truck is going to work, but let's try it. Watch the red. So see how red it's getting means a lot of force is being put in that area, but it didn't break. Okay. A lot of force is being put, a lot of stress, a lot of tension. And then this doesn't look very strong, but let's see. Oh my goodness. That is just incredible. I actually fixed my bridge. So now we're going to go on to talk about your assignments where you're going to be doing a real simulation. I realize you might not have Bridge Constructor at home, so we're going to use an online simulation. I'm going to walk you through the Canvas assignment. Okay, hi, so now we're back in Canvas. I just want to show you today's assignment. It's not published for you yet, so I can't go into student view, but it will be in a few hours. So remember that everything is by modules. So I'm going to go into modules and open that up, and then always go to the bottom for the most current assignments. These are all the assignments you should have completed last week, and I really encourage you to do so. There's a lot of fun ones, and even like the TED Talk on Bridges Should Be Beautiful was a very inspiring talk. I encourage you to watch it. So now we're down here, and we're on modeling bridges, so I'm going to go ahead and click on that. I'm making the video right now that goes right here, so the video is not inserted. Part two, I'd like you to do an entry to just let me know what your tech skills are, because I know you know how to take a picture with your camera, with your phone probably, if you have a camera phone, probably know how to take a video, but the question is, can you get that picture from your phone to the computer? And I'm going to challenge you to figure that out. You can use Google Drive and other helpful ways to do that. So please answer this list of questions about what you can and cannot do, and we hope to have you be able to do all these things in the very near future. So then after you watch this video, you're going to be doing some drawings. Why don't you just take a screenshot? Drawing is an active way of learning, and so I'd rather you draw than just take a screenshot. So I'm going to open that link. It's a Khan Academy video, uh, and I'll go ahead and move myself here. Let's go ahead and play that. Um, make it big screen. And I'll show you what I mean by draw forces. So I think this is a very good video. So let me just get to a part with forces. So there it shows load, making a compression force. Okay, so there's a nice diagram showing you what happens. The load is not only the truck going across the bridge, it's the bridge itself. As you saw in my video game, my bridges break before anything even goes over the top of them a lot of times. So you have your load, and then you have the compression forces on the top as it bends in. They're pushing on each other, and then notice how it is actually the tension forces cause it to bow a little bit, and those tension forces, remember, like a tug of war, and eventually this will on the top will cause buckling, and this on the bottom can cause a failure also, like in the form of cracking. So what I want you to do today in the assignment is draw this beam bridge and show me what the forces are. Later on in the video, it's going to show some real live models. Models are very important for being able to see what will happen. Here is an arch bridge, and it's going to show you forces, but I really encourage you not to just fast forward, but actually watch the video. He uses nice little Lego people to do it. I think it's a fantastic video. So after you watch it, you are going to take pictures of your, I'm going to minimize, you're going to take pictures of your pictures so that you can submit them to me on Canvas. So the goal is to watch for the forces and then to actually draw those forces. So there's two videos. That was the first one. The second video, you just click on the link, and there's another video that I really like by Khan Academy. So again, you're doing the same thing. They're making some different kinds of forces, and they're using equipment to measure those forces. So you are going to watch the video, and then you're going to draw some of the forces that they are explaining to you, okay? Um, so two very good videos I encourage you to watch. Now, one thing people have said, most of you say my links are working fine, and some people say they don't. So one thing you could do is right click, double click the link, copy link. So I'm just going to copy it, and then I'm going to go up to my browser and put that link in my browser and just paste it, and I should be able to open it that way too. So for some reason, Canvas is not working for you, like it doesn't directly take you to the assignment. That's almost always a workaround that you can use.